Is it on? I'm trying to teach you something. Shut the fuck up sometime. Damn, Jane.
Woo!
Man, man.
Yes,
That was great, man.
Well, them steps, though.
Steps.
Crazy.
Good
Man.
God.
So,
It wasn't that bad for me.
So this is another episode of What You Do, bro. We got the hip hop historian that this is the show we're gonna come up with who you are today. I think that's what we should
I
do.
call him culture curated.
A culture curator, what you give him?
Hip hop historian.
Hip hop historian.
The nigga with the shits.
The nigga with alright.
His name is Joe. You had these?
You had these?
My nigga.
Yo, he got this one.
Really? You still got that?
You still got
Still
that?
got that as a
And
shirt.
all of that is wrapped up in the name that he got going.
The Black Nardwar.
I was going to say Blard War.
Y'all really had the best. Y'all put on your episode. You said the human time capsule.
The human time capsule.
That was hard. I don't know who got the points for that, but
So when somebody come to you and say, "What you do, bro?" Your answer is
hip hop historian, hip hop's Will Swaldo, the owner and creator of Nustalgia and Nuface, #Nuface was there,
Yes, sir.
and culture curator.
right on.
Yes,
so
sir.
nostalgia. That's
So
what we're
unemployed.
at.
Nostalgia.
That's
That's what
Basically,
That's
yeah.
what that means.
Nostalgia. That's where we're at. Tell us how
This is awesome.
how we got into this. Where did this come from?
It's like your locker in high school.
Hell yeah.
Essentially, like this is basically what my room looks like times 10. I had a gentleman, AW, the curator of this exhibit, come to my house and kind of, because what happens is time somebody comes to my house, I'm essentially becoming a tour guide.
Right.
So after me doing all this stuff in the street, whether it's work, fatherhood, and coming home, and if I had company, then it's me coming home, and nobody can walk past a room full of the shits, as you say.
Period.
Like, it's no way I can just be like, yeah, turn the TV on and I'll be out and I'm gonna cook you something. No, it's so, yo, you got this? Like,
Right. You got the
Yeah.
power glove.
and then I'm like, damn, yeah.
That nigga had the Nintendo Duck Hunt gun. Nigga. You got the
Yeah.
orange one?
And then it's like, does this still work? And then I'm proving this, and then it's like, fuck, now I'm a fucking tour guide and I'm
In
at
your
home.
house. Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
Mario 3 signed by Mario.
Yeah. And then,
The
then
hip-hop
this
order,
date
boy.
that was supposed to take 2 hours becomes an all-nighter.
Mhm.
You know, so and then it's,
Smooth.
so it's
Smash
like,
them all.
Smooth.
You poet.
Oh,
See,
man.
when you're poing to the young ladies,
This nigga smashing the
they
U
pour
and
out to
ITY.
you.
That's a unity.
That's a unity.
I was like, you hear that vinyl?
Who you
girl?
calling a bitch?
see, that's the difference with vinyl. You hear the cricket.
Yeah, this nigga beat. You hear his vinyl?
You
Hear
did
it crack? What's this? A cassette, bitch.
Hey.
You create your soundtrack. Pick any song you like. Man.
I know what time Lauren Hill actually shows up.
Yeah.
Ah,
Get that nigga say young lady.
Nuface is a granddad, bro.
Come on now.
Oh man,
So how you feel about being a
congratulations,
granddad?
man.
First, before we jump to all that, you a
Oh.
young, weed smoking ass, poster collecting granddaddy.
It's the best, man. It's levels, and I just kind of represent knowing so many people that didn't make it that far. Like being from Detroit, you seen and heard rappers say, "I just want to make it to 25. I want to make it to 21." So for me to be able to, one, be a part of my children's lives, first of all, being presence over presence. Like, so to be able to be in their lives at all, but to make it this far, to see, like Juvenile said on Bounce Back, I want to see my babies have babies. Like, that's a whole nother genre.
This nigga talks in rap.
Hey,
Right.
he just
Yeah.
quoted Juvenile
was like, this-
bounce back
About his
to prove
granddaughter?
a point.
But he quotes it.
Talking about his family.
My nigga, he quotes it like TD Jakes though.
Oh.
on Juvenile's Bounce Back.
Back.
You will see that
The book of Julie.
The Book of
Yeah.
The Book of Julie.
Has to
Book
do
Bounce Back.
First hook, second verse.
what the fuck you talking about.
He done that like 3 or 4 times.
So
Might
what,
be.
what made you keep going? Because it's like some like especially even getting in a relationship. You got children, obviously, so women have been around. Like, was any girl like, would you throw some of this shit away? Like, how did you keep adding to the collection without it taking over your whole space?
I will say this: it's been multiple women that kind of made me choose it, and it got to a point where not even alcohol. Like you've seen alcoholics hide liquor, and it got to a point where it was like. I was high buying rap tapes. Like I didn't even say, like, it would be big outside of the house.
Right.
Like, yo, I got that new Snoop Dogg, but coming home, like, how's work? Man, you know, shit.
Man.
Put the tape in, you know. Then it's like weeks later, when you get this?
Right.
No, I found
had
that,
that.
you know, nothing. No, nothing. So
You ain't had liquid swords before.
I just want you to stop dumpster diving for hip hop.
Why you don't
like the height
treat
of
me
my
like you do your
sneaker-
tape?
The height of my sneaker shit, like when I had to get everything I saw, and my wife was like, I would hide shit in the trunk, or like I walk in with a pair of shoes for her first. Like, look,
Right.
what you got in the trunk? 4 pairs, but other than
Yeah,
that,
other than
you
that.
know, so
But I looked at it like it wasn't alcohol, like, and I wasn't like the kids was starving, like it wasn't like I was sacrificing something for that. Like
Women
I'm
are
just,
evil, bro. Don't even worry about
yeah.
it.
So I did have to. It did get to a point where it was like, damn, I can't even celebrate.
She
like,
see you happy, and she like,
yeah.
Oh, this nigga like rap. I'm about to keep him from
you gotta
buying
piss the
rap.
girl off. All you gotta
Like,
do
what the fuck does that even mean? Like, why you find a man that you know obviously is into rap, and you gonna get mad because he's buying rap?
You know how to piss a woman off?
What?
Just take a nap.
When there's responsibilities and things
No,
to do.
period. Just when it's not supposed to be
Midday.
time, just like go sit on the couch and fall asleep. You gonna wake up to this.
Funny.
Are you serious?
Bro, that's funny.
That's
Yeah, it
this
must
is
be true.
Mary versus
Yeah.
Satan.
It was real till that look. Yeah, it ain't. That happened with that look. Like you wake up and they're like, and you're in your
I'm
head
like,
like,
you
how long
good?
you? That she been there looking at you like.
Was the nap
Well,
okay?
if you got a job, you should be able to take a nap.
That's funny.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. The other husband
That's
in the
so
room.
funny.
You take a
That
nap.
must be so real, bro.
I'm working
That's
on
all I'm
my
gonna
just
say.
know-
That's so
just-
funny.
Y'all
You have no idea how funny this is.
They know how to stay in the pocket, bro.
Yeah.
They
Funny
G's,
as
I
hell.
ain't been
bro.
on stage, but just know that I got a special dump. We
Oh,
shoot
nap?
that shit soon, nigga.
You said take a nap.
When you wake up from a nap.
Nigga,
Piss a
that's
woman off.
hilarious.
Look like you enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh, y'all niggas. Every time.
Every time it be like, yeah.
I'll be
no.
right about it. I was just about to.
Oh,
Who is
man.
Sheila? You said Sheila and you was dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
Sheila?
Hilarious. You be cheating with Sheila's in your dreams.
It's Sheila
This
E.
nigga here go to
Sheila
80s.
E.
This nigga go to paid
And
in
then
full
be singing,
era.
oh, Sheila. And
Oh, it's no Sheila's in 2020.
He got
No
gold-
one knows a Sheila in
Ain't a
2020.
Sheila but never been to the trap unless it's one of them
You
niggas
know,
long.
in his dreams, he got gold BBSs and shit.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
them gold BBSs
With
showing
beepers,
some
I'm checking my
style.
beeper like 304 on the page.
Yeah, this
Hell
nigga is
no.
in the
He's up here
87
beeping that
doing
bitch in your
it.
dream.
He is
Y'all know what
out.
304 in the beeper was back in the day?
That's whole.
Oh,
Okay,
Mhm.
see?
Come on, maybe old
what's
nigga.
that?
Okay,
All
y'all
us had
some
the
old
real-
young niggas.
All us
Right.
had these pages right here and the slide out. Nigga. We had them.
Oh,
Boy, shout out to the goddamn flip ups.
But look, so the reason we're here is because Atlanta's still open. COVID is happening, but people come here and
They
don't
always
have
say COVID.
COVID, but that's how I say it.
I know that's what
COVID
it's
is
from.
still going on, but like niggas is coming here and just like thinking it's club shit to do. We got some culture and some curation. Could you tell the
Yes,
people what kind of experience they can expect, or like can they book parties? Because people travel out of town just to have a food excursion. Like I think they should add this on their bar crawl. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So what this is basically, I look at Nustalgia, and it's combined with Nuface and nostalgia, the word. So when you look up Nustalgia, you're looking at something that reminds you of something through your senses, your smell, sense of smell, your hearing. So once you come in here, you get a sense of is that COVID?
It smell like cool water cologne in here.
You
Like,
You
about to say,
know,
I got
like
a
that's the
scratch
only
in the
sense.
section in
The
there.
sense that I don't have in here is probably the smell, but everything in here, through sight and sound and the look and the aesthetic, it's like a trip down memory lane. So I want to be able to give visitors, and like you said, what we do have is allow people to shoot music videos in here, photo shoots, podcasts like you guys here, even the art on the wall of some of my personal friends and some of the creations that they have, because again, this is an art gallery. So I wanted to find a way where it was a win-win for the gallery, where some of my friends could get their art off and sell their stuff, but able to showcase my work,
Right.
where it's not pinning, where it's a win-win. Because I can't sell my stuff. My stuff is for history's sake, like a national landmark. Like you can't knock down those type of things. So I want to create that type of vibe with my collection. So when people come here, they're able to take it back to the 80s, to the 90s, because I mean even the 70s. I got my granddaddy's 8-track cassette player down there with Donna Summer's Live. I got Jet magazines with Beauty of the Week. That's probably great grandma's by now. You know, like you know, page 46 is that page. You know, back when rap wasn't even on the top 20. So when people come here, we got the Nintendo, so people can come here and get a trip down memory lane. Like I look at Nustalgia like a vitamin that you take, like that Limitless pill in the movie. You take it, and it just takes you back, because I rarely have a bad day, but if I was to do it, I can look at a ticket stub, or I can look at this picture of Boys in the Hood, all 4 members, when I first met them.
Oh man!
And it takes me back to that moment, and me being in line and all 4 members dapping me up, and instantly I'm like, yo, like I'm part of history, so I'm instantly like up. Like that's my vitamin, like nostalgia.
How'd you score the Jeezy and Gucci match? How'd you score it? What was your score?
Impact, Jeezy up. I probably wouldn't do, so if it's 10-10, I would say Jeezy 14, well, half. So if we're doing 100%, I say Jeezy 75, Gucci 25.
But how fair was it that Gucci had to go first every time? You know, most people change it around in the middle.
Oh yeah, it
I don't think
definitely
Gucci
made
gave
an
a
impact.
fuck.
Nah, he didn't come to win.
I just think it was a matter of one, and shout out to T.I. too for being noble, because like I said, it was originally supposed to be Jeezy and T.I. But he himself felt that it was bigger and it meant more for the city and for the culture for them to get that off because of their history and because of their discretion. So first of all, I applaud him for taking the back seat when in most cases society looks at him as always stepping in other people's business. He was able to step out of that and give people the floor when he did that. So shout out to him. But I just felt it was a bigger impact for both of them knowing their history. Like even in this vault downstairs, Patchwork Studios, where So Icy was recorded at, we have the session reports downstairs. So they were donated stuff from the plaques. But I have session reports from Jeezy and Gucci. So the first time that Gucci recorded ever a song was in Patchwork Studios. It was the song Black Tea Remix and So Icy.
They're like, this nigga need 3,800 gummy bears.
All that. So downstairs we got the session report and So Icy, and I think the discretion came from, people can correct me or not, but the session was Jeezy's session. Jeezy paid for the session. Gucci was invited, and he brought the track from Zaytoven, and they played it. And they weren't even gonna do music, but he heard it, and he said, "Let's work. We should do this song." And they recorded it. And Gucci was in and out in maybe 2 hours, but Gucci's session, because Jeezy's session was longer. It was probably about 5 to 6 hours. It was longer because he did more sessions, but I think he did his verse a little bit more times. But I think the discretion came because when the album came out and Gucci and Jeezy were at their pinnacle, Jeezy wanted that song on his album, and it was a big song, and there was discretion like, nah. But imagine if you paid for the studio time and I came through and we made a banger, you probably felt entitled to at least let me do this. You know, back in the day, it was hard for labels to have other artists do it. But now it was a point where people shared songs. Look at Boy Is Mine. They allowed Monica and Brandy to share that single. And that was at a time when that was popular. So Jeezy probably thought that was possible. Right. But when that was declined, it started the friction 20 years later.
But that was hindsight, just Gucci being a businessman, like, nah, this me. You know, because the bigger artist usually takes the record if it's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he paid for the studio time.
But I'm saying he paid for the beat and the hook. The song was mine when I came to you. You just had the studio time.
And it was Boo from Boo and Gotti.
Yeah, Boo was on there.
Lil Will.
Lil Will. Shout out to
Looking
Lil
for Nicky.
Will.
And I feel...
Why looking for nigga ain't on no streaming platform?
Oh, I know I asked him. And that's the other thing, too. Like, I feel guilty even...
It's on iTunes?
It's on iTunes? Okay,
wow.
Okay, got it. Deal.
Like, I seen him outside. Like, I almost wanted to trade places because when So Icy came on, even Jeezy said it, like, yo, where Lil Will?
They didn't let Lil Will into the verses?
Like, he was, like, after me in the COVID test, and he wasn't on any list. And that like, really, like, I was...
See, that's the shit that they...
Like, I really... Looking back, like I probably would have traded him to do that than even me being in a hindsight. But I didn't know he wasn't gonna be.
You didn't see your you had your T.I. moment right there, brother. You could have.
I didn't know
He didn't know he was gonna make it.
Yeah.
That nigga probably was outside like, yo.
My chain.
My chain.
My chain.
Y'all
Like, it's
niggas
right here. It's
put
there.
me on the list.
Yes.
Look at my charm. No, look at my charm. Seriously.
I
it's me.
hope when they
Check
played it,
y'all
he went
niggas'
outside.
phones.
It's me. It's me.
I hope he went outside.
So hold on, you got some history up here. Maybe we can slide through it real quick. You can tell us a couple of people that you got. I
A
know
lot
you
of
can't really
things.
see it on camera.
A lot of people say like Nuface was there, and it just shows you like Hot 1079.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Give all of us like four of them. Four pictures. We're gonna hold them up, and you gonna describe them.
Let's see.
Wow. Young face Pastor Troy.
Right.
Go.
Dude.
Oh, crazy.
We'll go
With the platinum FUBU shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
Since that's T.I.
That's all.
So, and then that's another T.I. Every album. Okay, so let's see.
All right.
Go first.
Source Awards, I'd say in Miami 2007.
Mm.
Fontainebleau. Russell Simmons, Source had a dinner. Invite only. What I remember most about that moment is, of course, as you see, I had a Rough Riders bandana on.
Come on.
Those
Platinum
was hard
chain.
to find though. Like that was like
Yeah.
Platinum chain on.
chain,
Come on,
and
man.
platinum FUBU.
Come
And
on,
platinum
man.
FUBU.
And I had a camcorder in my hand. But what I remember about that most is being there, and all of a sudden, a lot of Asians surrounded me, and they were speaking their language, but the only thing that I heard was Swiss beats.
hilarious.
Yes, they thought you was Swiss
Thought I was
beats.
Swiss beats.
Boy, you do kind of look Swissy.
Yeah, you do.
You know what you did. You know what
And
you
so
did.
I
back
signed
then.
2 autographs.
So I signed
Two
two.
autographs as Swiss Beats until I would have done a third. Then DMX walks in, and I said, "I gotta
go.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bounce, let me get on out of here, man.
I gotta go."
Ex-Swiss picture.
So,
I go to the bathroom, man.
yeah.
Shit.
So that's what I remember most about that. But I remember that and meeting Lil Wayne and Baby paying me $100 for my pizza. And Mac 10 and TQ.
Hungry ass.
And that was the year that Suge Knight got out of jail. And the Source Awards, because of everybody was kind of frightened of him, they created Source Island. It was all the rappers act like they pre-taped their performances, not in the arena. So anybody that was there was people who probably wasn't afraid of Suge Knight,
Right.
but anybody performed, they were kind of scared. So I remember that was the weekend that Suge Knight got out and he was gonna be there.
Right.
And shit
That
made
was
niggas
slick,
quarantine.
Rick, man.
He quarantined first.
He made
Yeah,
it
you better
stay
know
home.
The first bubble.
Better know about him.
Tyler.
Oh,
What?
5 in the morning. Once look, Platinum FUBU again.
Platinum FUBU.
yeah, you
Shout out to Transley and Gray, bring back FUBU. But I didn't bring it back. I started it in Atlanta. Like
Ooh,
shout
talk your
out to
shit.
Walters, shout out to Focus at Underground. So this is 5 in the morning. This is a concert for a morning show, anniversary for the morning show. And so they had a concert with Bone Crusher. T.I. was walking around before his album, Pastor Troy, Jazzy Faye. So that's him walking around, me just doing me, and that's me with a disposable camera. Like before IG, I was always documenting these moments just cause,
Right.
like I'm a kid from Detroit, so moments like this, I only seen fucking Fresh Kid Ice, Too Short, and Uncle Luke in Detroit. That was the only celebrities I seen.
You didn't see MC Breed at all?
No.
Damn.
No, and that was close to home. So that's at 112, but maybe the third 112 on Peachtree.
Okay, I'm about to say.
And that's Jazzy Faye. That's right before he made before the Show Enough song. That's during the Show Enough 8-Ball and MJG era. So that's
That's when he
before.
did Shot a Freaky song. This is when he was messing with Lil Jon.
Yes.
Shawty freak.
They was in that crisis ride by. I'm deep in the cut 559.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
And he paid $1,500 for Show Enough.
No, wow.
$1,500. That song was priceless and started the label. Shout out to Big Zach. Same day. That's a young Pastor Troy.
It's easy.
Culture cousin, culture uncle.
Bro, did you have finger waves?
He got braids, man. He got braids.
Oh,
in
you
the
had
back.
them Iverson.
I had them
Nigga
Iversons,
said that
man.
you have finger waves.
You know, things
That
braided.
was hilarious.
Had somebody to take them out and somebody to put them in.
Hey, come on now.
2 different women.
Yeah.
So shout out to the ladies, you know.
Take them out, put them in some Atlanta shit.
But yeah, that's Pastor Troy before vice versa, and like before. I mean, that's I declare war, Pastor Troy.
I declare war.
That's vintage shit right there.
Yeah, this is We Ready. He still was like.
You remember when
that was
no
Drama
belt came out?
Yeah.
That sounded just like Pastor Troy.
Oh, Drama.
Oh, Drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Shawty Red did that beat when he was like 15 years old.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Faye Parks was his lawyer. Drama's lawyer.
That's some shit.
Yeah.
She was Bobby Brown's lawyer too.
Yeah.
All right,
What you got? Secret?
Got the 3-pack, man.
First after 3.
Got T.I. Tip and Clifford.
Same. So same. And again, so
Same
so
night.
imagine, like I said, in Detroit, you don't see anybody, but this is the same day. That's a T.I. That's a Pastor Troy. That's a Jazzy Faye. I also got Bone Crusher. I met like so many people, but who knew what those pictures would mean? But like 25 years later, you look back at these people like they're cemented in history. But this is just little old me, like, yo, can you take a picture? Like, and that's a young T.I. before trap. That's before even I'm serious. I'm serious. That's 24. Actually.
That's crazy.
That's 24.
You got my first comedy album, and I don't got that shit nowhere. I got a food shirt on.
That's part of his job, having shit you don't have.
And that's one thing that's featured. Shout out to Live from the Living Room. It's featured here in Nustalgia.
Come on.
I got an exhibit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
man.
couldn't check my work. You know, those steps kind of got me. They won't see
I
shit
got
up.
him in the entertainment room next to the About It, Minister Society, Choices
Check
DVD.
that out, bro.
And we got Live from the Living Room.
We gotta check it out.
Well, let's do that over like we checked it out already. Man, appreciate you putting my first comedy.
Oh, you saw
album
that,
up,
man.
Thank you,
That's
bro.
history.
that
Did
was
you
it.
ever think, like, when you made this, that it would...
I was trying to sell some CDs on the cruise, my nigga.
That's
Come
it.
on, that's
That's
it,
it.
baby.
Cruise.
They wasn't paying nothing. Ryan Cameron said, you can come on the cruise. We're not paying, but you can sell stuff. And I was like, I ain't got
How many did you press up?
I think I pressed 100.
So I got one of
Right.
100 down here.
That's crazy.
No, I pressed that album. I pressed a lot of them shit.
Okay.
That shit went. It went.
So
pretty
black.
good.
Oh,
Oh,
It went pretty because I was doing them
That
on
bitch
the
went
all
honey
black
bun.
CDs. I was
going
going to Norcross to get the because
Yeah.
it was hard to get the same looking kind of CDs. So I was getting all black
Oh.
CDs back then to make it look like you bought it.
Yeah.
We was printing the shit out,
that's
putting it in the sleeves.
I just remember one, I was supporting him because that's my dog, but I saw it was one skit on there and it was called Detroit Players. And that was
Yeah.
number 17, so it was just something that
That was my only travel, Detroit.
Wow.
That was the
Yeah.
only place I had been doing
So,
comedy. And I was
like even when I would play it for people from Detroit and I'm riding in the car, because I really like listen, like I support people. It don't like I played his stuff and it was somebody from Detroit, I would go straight to that and just to watch them. And so I would do stuff like that, play it, and then pull up at Uptown and they'd be like, "That's Buddy," or let them tell me, and they'd be like, "Oh."
But that boy from the Detroit shit.
Yeah, man. Nuface will give you an experience.
Yeah,
You ain't ready
man.
for.
And then when I dap him up or he shout me out on stage, it's like,
Yeah.
that's what's
you
up.
know,
bro.
that's what's up.
Man,
You know you made it when Nuface pull up and start supporting. You be
Nuface
like,
say
bro.
something. That's what it is.
He came to 3 shows. I was like, bro, we
Yeah.
we own it, man.
What's the top 3 things you've missed before we get out of here?
Ooh.
Since
COVID.
Nuface was there. No, not since COVID. Like
just
this
period?
maybe a concert. You were like,
you-
you know, Nuface was there. I bet he has. You can't be
Damn,
everywhere.
you wanted to go.
This stuff
Nuface got the clone before
Well,
Gucci.
Great question.
I mean, any verses, like that's probably my personal goal. Any verses that's filmed in Atlanta, I wanted to be a part of. So I was at the 2 Chainz and Ross, and then the next one was the Monica and Brandy. But of course, it was Tyler Perry, and it was so like I had a way in,
Right.
but it's Tyler Perry, and I didn't even want to get through all that. So that was one that I wanted to be a part of. And
I heard over there they test for COVID in your butt.
Tyler's sleepy, guys.
I can't get it out.
It's a good thing I didn't make that one, yo.
Booty swab.
Like imagine you walk in the tent and you just see a
Run around like nigga.
I don't even understand how that shit was burning me up when it sounded.
Trying to get in the oval.
in your butt.
we missed it. We gotta do it again, sir.
Get in the oval.
They make you say House of Pain. Oh,
Name the members. 15 seconds.
Beat up, Mr. Brown.
We'd like to get.
Hey,
No,
can we
we
pause
gotta
that
call
thing?
Tyler in to do this one.
Right.
hello.
Oh shit.
We gotta
Nigga
get.
called and hung up. Hello?
Hello, yes, I'm outside Peachtree 1
Make
At
sure.
the art gallery
Next to Quiznos. Ask her
next to
it's
Quiznos.
Okay.
Okay.
'Cause it's 2 140s.
Somebody
yeah,
coming
that
down.
was that.
Yeah.
in the red.
Yeah, he coming down.
It's 2 140 Peachtree, ironically.
107 Southwest.
Yeah, just come. All right.
Pull up.
To Atlanta.
Yeah, come to the door.
She's to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Come
ain't
on,
even
dog.
satisfied.
Nah, that's for
We
sure.
come.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, can you turn around, pull up at the door, like right up to the door? Bust a U-turn. They looking at you right. Oh, Doc got it. All right, he got it.
Here y'all pizza go.
My
She
nigga.
did not need to be
I
outside.
am not
doing
getting
Did
out
we get
my
there?
car.
She
I am
sounds
not getting the
13
fuck.
years
I'm
old,
not-
bro. Why
Oh
she
my
look
I am
God.
not getting out. I ain't never heard that.
I ain't never heard that, bro.
I ain't getting out my car.
Yeah, if you, I wouldn't if I was a woman.
No,
Oh,
I'm just
Peachtree?
saying. I ain't
she
never
said,
heard.
She said, "Oh, I ain't getting on my car."
Yeah.
I am
A
not
city
getting-
girl. Goddamn deliver
Nah,
no.
yeah, y'all ain't ordering
That's
enough Uber
JT.
Eats. They will not get out that shit.
Here go your
Feel
pizza,
like-
son.
Hey, goddamn the pizza here.
Oh,
All right, man. Oh shit. Okay, so yeah, you missed that versus. Is there any other thing?
A couple concerts like multiple Outcasts, like that reunion run. They did I did one at last at Centennial Park.
Mm-hmm.
I went to that one.
I
I
cried
went
at
to
that one.
Sunday.
I was there with all my
He
classmates.
said I cried at
Yeah,
that.
that
Bro,
was-
when they did Liberation and Erica started singing,
It was a
Bro,
lot.
I'm still salty.
I know.
about that.
You didn't make that one?
Oh, it was a
Nah.
lot.
You didn't make no day?
Nah,
No.
hold up.
Okay.
hey, he the
I gotta
first
hear
nigga
this
to
one.
buy the ticket,
Nigga,
bro.
I gotta hear
I
this.
had my ticket. The tickets went on sale at 10:01. I had the shit open. Tickets went on sale at 10 o'clock. I had my confirmation at 10:01. You know what I'm saying? And so I bought the tickets to the first show.
And it was only one show at a time.
It was
That's right.
only supposed to be one show. And then they announced the other 2 shows. You know what I'm saying? They don't announce none of the lineups. But the show that I bought tickets to was the worst show.
Oh, that's what I went to.
Friday?
The Childish Gambino opened it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
what-
Friday. That
That's
was
why
not-
nobody knew who he was. They
Yeah.
were like, who is Brandon though?
That was a Friday.
It was a good show. Like it was a good
Sunday
show.
show.
It was
but-
Sunday, guys.
Yeah,
But they didn't say they was gonna do more shows.
Nah,
Nah,
they
At
did.
first, yeah.
Atlanta wasn't paying attention to him so bad. He was changing the word. You can look it up. He changed the word because nobody was paying attention to the shit he
Shout
was
out
saying.
to-
who was
He's like, y'all
the
niggas ain't listening.
No, we
We
got
and
it.
Kid Cudi stormed off stage
Yeah, them niggas ain't give a fuck. They were like, but what can't say what?
because didn't nobody want to hear Kid Cudi.
I'm tripping
Right.
on.
And then he said the last song he did, he said,
Oh, that's what he
Day and
said.
night.
he said if y'all don't feel this, then y'all ain't got no soul. Not like soul,
Not
like
to
music
Atlanta.
soul, but like soul
yeah,
from God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if y'all don't feel this, then y'all. And then everybody was like, man.
Oh, he was the one who did it because he
Yeah.
said, "Dun fuck that shit." He added something else in that one, the Pursuit of Happiness song. He added a line like taking a shot at the crowd, and it was on World Star the next day. I'm like, he said that shit.
He got booed the fuck. He was like, all right, man. I know
Friday.
that.
We was in the back.
I know
Everybody
what
in the
y'all
back
here
was.
for. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. It's like, yes.
Everybody in the back was rolling up like, but where that damn cash at?
Right.
Like, these niggas,
That was with Greg Street. Man.
That is history. That's what.
That's
Hey,
a
what's-
national landmark.
What
man.
what has been one of the, I guess, most treacherous things you had to do to get in something like? Did you ever have to 24-hour stay in a ventilator?
It's
like a
just to-
janitor.
Jay-Z's hangar tour.
I was about to say some Jay-Z.
Oh,
you know what I'm
wow.
saying?
Jay-Z had a hangar tour. So what you had to do.
I think it was in a plane for 3 months.
Dad, where's Daddy? He waiting on Jay-Z. baby.
Wait on
So
Jay-Z.
they had you go to center stage on West Peachtree, and you had to be in the line at least by 5.
You
That's what
didn't.
they
This is
told
when you didn't know the location
You
at all.
didn't know where you were going to be taken,
Okay.
and it was a certain group of people. And I just remember being right there at Code, but then they took you to the hangar where the actual show was, and so he was in the place where the airplane was, and he did a show at. It started around 6:45 in the morning. So like literally, I just remember like anytime I remember that, I just remember being cold as fuck. Like I made it, I was happy, but I'm like my fucking hands was frozen by
What
that
album was
point.
he promoting?
Who
It
like?
wasn't
Did
even
you
an
enjoy
album.
the show after sitting out there waiting till 6:45 in the morning? Like
Yeah.
that's not an enjoyable
Hold on, how long
condition.
did you got there at when?
I got there about 5:12.
PM.
No, a.m.
I was about to say,
No,
boy.
Because the ticket stub even said like 6 a.m. Like I can show you the ticket. It's
yeah.
down the stairs too, but like that was just probably the most treacherous because
That's wild.
waiting in line for that and finally and being chose like because you didn't even know you were gonna be chose.
Shows.
Like it was like it didn't even get to the point where they was doing like next. It was like you look like it was like on some look shit.
Oh, word. Like,
Yeah, like you
Studio
make,
54
I was
to a
about to
concert.
say,
yeah.
You look like you know the whole reason.
But I
behind
had
it.
the Jay-Z shirt. I had shit that made me look like a super fan.
Right.
That
You had
may have-
this. You had this on.
Yeah,
This was okay. What
Man.
year was this?
2006.
Okay.
Nuface came out with that shirt on
Is that
the
faded
Michael
black?
Jackson
No, that's not
glove.
the faded black.
No,
It was like
2006. Yep.
We need that.
Right.
Blueprint
We
3.
need you.
Yeah. So
Your
that's
face
probably
is
my
new.
top moments. And then probably my favorite concerts was probably Jeezy's 10-year anniversary show at the Fox Theater when he brought out Kanye,
That shit was
Boys in the Hood. And I just remember that because I walked from B103 Car and Bike Show, which was right down the street. Actually, damn, that's the ticket stub. Yeah, that's it.
It was dope.
So that was the ticket stub. His 10-year anniversary from Trap or Die, and that was probably the biggest show ever.
Is that when he brought out 3 stacks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Niggas act like that shit happened right after verses. Like,
Bro, I
dog,
totally
Yeah,
put
I
that
got
shit
you.
up.
I got tricked.
this happened after verses.
Ryan
that
Cameron
shit
posted it.
immediately.
That's what tricked me.
Ryan Cameron look like he don't remember.
He was
After
trolling.
that
He
spill,
trolls. He like to troll people.
Yes,
He
sir.
deleted it though.
Oh,
Quit
shit.
Like 5-10 minutes later.
Yep. So that's some memories, man.
Hey man, so listen, bro. You are the historian, bro. You are the time capsule, my friend. Like, thank you for keeping these memories alive. I forgot a lot of this shit, but I mean, if can we take one thing? I mean, we'll bring it back. You know what I'm saying? I just want to play with a game genie
This
one
is
more
all
time.
Reemo thing.
No,
He talking about we. We didn't
off
ask
the
this.
That's what we all said. We all was like, we're gonna take
bro,
one thing.
You gotta forgive him.
He's
Man.
going off the
We didn't
cuff.
say that.
He the only child.
Yeah, we did. Because if we gonna get something, I'm with you, but if we ain't say it.
Oh, okay.
It just depends on his answer.
It depends on this.
Okay.
Black entrepreneurship, man. I
Yes,
appreciate you. Are we doing a nice word or no?
I don't know. What y'all want to do?
I never got
I'm
my
ready to hit that
prize.
pizza, though,
I went
while
to the
y'all
drive-in
playing
and I
game.
guessed what this was called, and I never got a prize.
Ah,
I
nigga.
was at the drive-in and I was supposed to get a
What size hoodie you wear?
for answering medium.
We had a
Medium.
did the disclaimer, you know what I'm saying, friends and family members of More the Culture can't win prizes.
Or if you won something in the last year.
Oh yeah.
Or if you've been a guest on the show.
Ever.
The fine print
You
on the
can't-
tags.
Disqualified. You DQ'd yourself.
If you look right
But
here.
you did too much.
Hilarious.
Gotcha.
You gonna do one, Kamal?
Sure. We like to end episodes with a segment we call Secret Genius Life Coach, or giving people some words of wisdom. Get through the week, get to the next episode. I am Kamal, Secret Genius. The words of the week are this. It's more of a question than words of advice. But why do we assume that people who can speak proper English are smart when it really just means they know one thing, which is grammar? And we'll assume that somebody who is not good at grammar is not good at anything else. That shit is retarded. That's all I got.
Oh, yeah, which reminds me, rap verse. Any nigga with goals is for the fall. Any nigga with dreads is for the fall. So don't get caught up in appearances. Outcasts, Aquemini, another black experience.
We got that.
He say it's every nigga with dreads for the cause.
Cause.
It's every nigga with goals for the fall.
No.
No.
So don't
Nah.
be caught up in appearance. Yes, sir.
Niggas the best.
Right on.
Go.
So how it end? Because I wasn't at the last one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did the first one. How you supposed to end this shit?
I had
Shit
ended it
cut
with a
off.
Secret Genius Life Coach moment, but it didn't go well.
Did.
Oh, you tried it?